Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. SP has released yet another official monster sheet for the upcoming Blossom Tales monster, NEREIDA De DANANN. NEREIDA De DANANN. Okay, that's like a tongue twister. Alright, so this is based off a previous monster who you might all remember. SP used to give her away in a lot of events. So this is cool to see her as a Blossom mythic monster. Let's see what the lore is. NEREIDA has always been one of the forest key ambassadors. She can speak the language of monsters, fairies, plants, and spirits easily and always make sure everyone's voice gets heard. So now that the new era has blossomed in the Cardinal Forest, this lovely fairy has been reborn into a mythical creature. She was a great support monster. I wonder if she'll continue to be a great support monster. But check this out. She's the Era Shop offer monster, which means she's a paywall monster. She's very similar to that of Minos when he was released and Melfitor, Malarian's dad. So if you want this monster, you're going to have to spend some money on this monster. With that being said, it does appear she has 5 traits. Take a look at that. Alright. Immune to daze. So no accuracy reduction because she's also immune to blind. So no blind, minor blind, total blind, can't daze. So her accuracy is always on point. I guess she can still get sunburned. Actually, no, right? Bulwark. So she's going to be a Bulwark monster, which typically the Arrow Shot monsters are. 50% chance to get hit with negative effects. Status caster poison at the start of the battle, reducing damage output on the enemy by 20% and doing damage over time. I still wonder when we're going to get toxins on these new Blossom nature monsters. And then we have status caster applies torture immunity, which is what I really wanted. I really wanted Queen Zara to have a torture immunity at the start of the battle for everyone. Well, this monster took over and it's like, hey, if you're not doing it, I'm going to give my team torture immunity, which is super useful in an era of 7 sins, which every player basically uses on their defense top monster, Megaton monster. And of course, it is super useful considering we have beasts in the game that at the start of the battle, they start off with a torture against you. So trait-wise, honestly, love the Bulwark, love the torture immunity. Poison's also good, so these 3 are good. I don't really necessarily care for the Daze and Blind, especially if she is a supportive monster that has cleansing skills anyway, so we're going to find out right now. Yeah, this isn't as relevant. I think for her, I would have preferred like an immune to stun or something where she, or maybe an immune to possession. That way she's not getting possessed by the enemy and supporting them. Let's go ahead and scroll down, and of course we need to compare her stats to other monsters, so I'll bring out my monster sheet in a little bit. But check this out right now. Relics, we have the Staff Relic, and you also have an Essence Relic. So you never worry about stamina, and if she dies, she comes back to life. She's a nature and magic monster. So already we have Zara being nature and light, and we have this monster being nature and magic. It looks like the nature monsters want to make it a comeback and be meta again. Well, I guess it depends how good these monsters are. So here we have the monsters. Once again, I'm using Season 0 for the Blossom Tales monster. I'm comparing them to Doomed Mythics right now, even though later they're going to be on their own little Excel tab. Alright, so let's sort by life stat. And as you can see, now we're getting somewhere. The highest life stat in the game, actually, that's probably going to be a 4 in-game. Every time we see the monster sheets, it's like 1 point extra. So she's tied with that of Orgnarunk. So highest life stat in the game. We have Queen Zara with the highest power stat, and now we have NEREIDA with the highest life stats. In terms of power stat, she hits pretty hard though. Take a look at this. 10-7-3-6, tied with that of Bionic, the YouTuber monster. So she hits pretty hard for someone that's probably not going to be an attacker. And in terms of speed stat, she's definitely faster than Zara at 79-20, which is tied with that of Golemnoid, Uriel the Divine, and Emerus. Alright, so now that you've seen her stats and how she compares to the Doomed Mythics and Queen Zara, let's get back to the monster analysis. So books, Pure Gaia, female and winged. Basic attacks, alright. Fairy Deity deals moderate nature to an enemy and applies poison. 30 damage, 0 cooldown, 30 stamina cost. Wait, 30 damage, 0 cooldown, 30 stamina cost. I wanted to say like stamina damage stamina. Magic Treasures applies torture immunity to allies and life regen. Again, as a support skill, I think this is phenomenal. So it doesn't cost anything, no stamina, no cooldown, so if you got hit with CDA, you're fine. And you are cleansing any torture you may have. So, you know, you have nanovirus, you have sunburn, you have all this. You can literally attack into a monster with 7 sins, exhaust the 7 sins activation, and then you just cleanse, and then you life regen. So I like this skill a lot. Great support already. We have Master Breast. Ooh, is that Large Laugh? I wonder if these are like upcoming monsters that we're going to see. So Master Breast deals moderate nature damage to one enemy, applies poison, and ooh, we have a trait disable monster. Okay. Already, the start of the season, we're getting trait disable. It's single trait disable, but in a taunt dodge area mechanic, the fact that you can have this monster go She's there to remove tortures, and she's there to trade disable, get rid of the Mega Taunt, get rid of the taunt. So that's primarily Pango right now. But get rid of taunts from any of the monsters we have right now in the meta, right? Syntheris, Clutch, Maramotus, Sparkus. Get rid of their taunt, and then you're free to attack whoever you want. That's good. It's really good. And remember, what's going to be a bigger impact is what kind of talents do we see in the game. What if we get a talent that can apply block positive effects? So now you'd be able to trait disable and block positive effects, right? That's all speculation, of course. We don't know what we're going to see, but it's possible. It's possible. All right. If this could have been a lot better, though, if it would have removed positive effects and then trait disabled. Because obviously, if you're facing like a Slumster Maramotus setup, Slumster typically will do follow me on turn 1. No, to the sewer. It'll do the sewer skill, which applies evasion to everyone. So you obviously can't do Master Breath if the enemy has evasion. So you can't trait disable because of that evasion. But still, the fact that you can trait disable is pretty nice. All right, what else do we have? Lul's Blessing removes negative effects from an ally, life regen to when ally gives 1 extra turn to itself. Nice. This only has the 2 turn cooldown. So realistically, though, you are doing this, every other turn, because you activate it, and then you have an extra turn, so then you can do it again on the next turn. So it is a cleanse, life regen, and then do something else for a single ally. I like it. Obviously, you got to worry about anticipation, but overall, I like it. Because this could also get rid of like the possessions and stuns and freeze and all that stuff. But again, this is why I wish this monster would have been immune to some sort of deny, not just Daze and Blind. I think that would have definitely made her more worth. Let's see. The cool thing is also, like, she has life regen. So let's say this monster dies. Life regen, her essence comes back to life. And then she literally, like, one of your allies was denied or had dots, was about to die. You cleanse, and then you go on. What else does she have? I wonder if she has a heal skill. Doesn't look like it. Alright, deals moderate nature damage, removes positive effects from an enemy. 50% chance of applying possession. Ill. We're seeing that 50% chance again. If only she had increased accuracy, if she had precision. But at least she has cleansing, right? So the way I see this, like, kind of ignore the denial aspect. It's just it's a positive effect removal, right? It's a PER, it's a PER. So she has PER, and you have a chance to deny. Most of the time, you're probably not going to be denying. Monsters have hard and tough, bulwark. But it's cool that you can PER and then have a chance to deny. Because sometimes it'll land, and that'll be awesome. Removes negative effects from allies, torture immunity, heals. Wait, you do have a team skill, healing. That is awesome. So all negative effects are gone, torture immunity for everyone, and then everyone heals by 30%. So especially if you took some torture damage from 7 sins. So that is awesome. I love that. And again, if you're running the ET skill, that's basically like a 1 turn cooldown. That's great. And again, you don't worry about stamina, you can hold the staff. Alright, we have Daga's Cauldron, deals moderate nature damage to all enemies, poison, and disable traits. We have an AoE trait disable already, wow. That's awesome. Keep in mind, though, in the meta right now, I don't think AoE trait disable is as relevant as a single trait disable, but you do have it. And then the Sphere of Law removes positive effects from when enemy gives 1... Wow, SP, you would. You would. Wow. So, they gave this monster a cleansing extra turn skill. So if you are facing a Maramotus and Slumster gave evasion to everyone, doesn't matter. You do Spear, you remove positive effects, so bye-bye evasion, bye-bye empty, and then you trade disable. Man, I gotta say, that definitely upped this monster a lot. So you actually have 2 ET skills. This also goes to show you why Elf is still going to be relevant, being able to basically have permanent anticipation and counteract all this. Who cares if you get an ET? I'll just aim for weakness. I'll hit you with my massive 30% life removal skill. But okay, this changes things. I like the monster a lot more. Again, I wish she would have been like permanently immune to stun or possession or something, but I'll give it to her. I like her. If I was to run this monster, I would run Spear. I would run the Blessing. So the 2 ET skills. I would run... Oh man, this is hard. I would run Leah Fail to remove negative effects from everyone, torture immunity, and heal by 30. That's 3. And then I would run the single trait disable, I think. Master Breast. So that would be my 4 skills. I wouldn't run the AoE trait disable. That's situational, right? In a war, if it works out, like let's say you're facing a status caster Megataunt, and then the allies aren't dodge area, then of course I would run Cauldron and trait disable everyone, right? You do Spear, get rid of status caster Megataunt, and then you trait disable everyone, and then you follow up with the Die Monster, you follow up with a strong AoE attacker. So it's really situational. So Cauldron is one of those specifically for war skills that I would probably utilize a lot more. But for PvP meta, I would probably do, I'm not even saying this monster is going to be meta, but if I was to use it, it'd be Spear to remove positive effects, and then I follow up with a Trade Disable, because you probably don't need a cleanse on turn 1. But here's why I'd also run the Blessing skill. You could do Spear to remove positive effects from the enemy. You could do Blessing to get rid of any dot your monster may have. Maybe the enemy's using a Shock Beast and using Voltic, so you get rid of the Shock. That way, when Voltic goes, he can attack non-stop, and then you Trade Disable the taunt monster, and then you're free to attack. So yeah, I think that would be my skill set overall. Gotta say, I really like the monster. Yeah, notice I'm not running the single positive effect removal. You could, it's not needed. But if a monster did have positive effect protection and a positive effect, you could double cleanse essentially. So gotta say, I ended up liking the monster as I went down the skills. Sacred Power heals allies by 50, disables traits on everyone, remove positive effects. Ooh, that should have been inverse. That would have been better. If it was remove positive effects, then trade disable heavy nature damage. Cool. I gotta say, I like the monster, but again, it is a paywall monster. It's gonna be an error shot monster. So the SP always does that. Season 1, there's the Golden Pass, there's the exclusive Golden Pass, and then the error shop offer. So if you want the monster, you are gonna have to spend some additional money. But with that being said, guys, that is my analysis on this monster. Let me know what you guys think about her. It should be the kind of monster you 3-speed her, maybe you 2-speed 1 team speed. I'm considering she's pretty fast, and again, you have a second ally going to deny after you trade disable. So it's ultimately up to you how you want to rune her, but let me hear your guys' thoughts on her in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.